It's very funny, but in my life, it seems the best things always come from me going after it on a second run. Some of the most crucial parts of my life, or the decisions that I made, or the paths that I've chosen that really shaped me to the person that I am right now, they only came because I actually went on and tried it again, because the first time I failed. So for example, when I was in high school, I wanted to go to study at Copenhagen Business School because it ranked very high as a business school. It was a different country, and just like I basically chose that as my number one thing. But I applied, unfortunately I got rejected, and I got accepted to another university in UK, and I basically went there. And for many people that would be the end of their story. But I didn't want to let it go. I was so obsessed of being in that university that while studying already at another university, I reapplied the next year to the Copenhagen Business School, and this time I got in. And to be honest, comparing now the two university experiences, the one that was in the UK and Scotland, that was terrible for me. And if I would have stayed, I think I would have maybe even downgraded, just because I didn't have a very good experience on that university. I didn't have many friends. It was kind of bad and sad, to be honest. And then comparing my whole life in Copenhagen and just the friends that I met there, some of my best friends I actually met at that university, it's a completely different life. And it's all because of one simple decision to just let me try that again. Another example that was already in Copenhagen, where that university had a lot of different student societies which acted like kind of businesses. They had boards, they had meetings, it was kind of very sophisticated. It was kind of a replication of a work environment, but just as a student society for something. So we had student newspapers, we had marketing agencies, we had accounting kind of agencies that actually helped for free for other real businesses to solve their problems or organize events. And one of those organizations was called Marketing Lab. Since I already knew that marketing was kind of my thing, I really wanted to get into that organization. And that organization was a bit prestigious because there were kind of, I think, maybe 3 or 4 out of probably I don't remember, 30, 40, 50 organizations like that. Those were kind of the top ones. They were really kind of standing out, the way they present themselves, the kind of people they accept, and so forth. So naturally, I really wanted to get to that organization. But again, I applied and I was rejected. And for many people, again, that would be it. But I had this drive that, no, I cannot let it go. I want to be part of that organization. I need to get it somehow. And I remember I was just spamming, no, well, not spamming, but trying to find people, sending them emails, trying again, just basically doing whatever it is in my power to just kind of get through into that organization. And actually, luckily, I kind of reached out, found some people that, I think they found my enthusiasm really exciting, and they actually offered me to go on an interview with them. And once I got to the interview, I actually performed really well, and I got accepted to the Marketing Lab organization. And I did so many things there. I learned so many things. I organized so many events. I actually made a lot of money the Marketing Lab was a non-profit student organization, but we still had sort of accounting and budgets and income that we can earn. And actually, I don't remember, that was over several thousands of euros for organizing some events, and we actually gathered for ticket sales and stuff like that. So that was a very pivotal and crucial moment in my whole entrepreneurial and just experience-wise thing. I really learned a lot. I met a lot of good people within that organization. So if I wouldn't have just tried to get in somehow, my life would be a whole lot different. And then I have an example of a company that I really wanted to work for. Actually, an internship that I wanted to go for. So you probably even used that company yourself, a Skyscanner. It's basically where you compare, you say London to Paris, and then it shows you a bunch of different, flight options with a bunch of different airlines. So it's a comparison site. And I really wanted to work at that company because they offered a summer internship. And I knew, since I was a student at that time, I knew that, the only kind of free time that I have is basically during the summers. And that seemed like a very interesting sort of a company for me. They had headquarters in Scotland, so I would be moving to UK to live there for a couple of months and then sort of going back to my studies. The first year after I finished my first year university, I applied to Skyscanner, and again, I didn't get in. And you probably already know where this is going. I got on a second try. I persevered. The next summer I applied, I tried to, make my application better. I tried to stand out. During the interviews, I even remember before one interview, I actually went to the toilet. And I heard this phrase where if you kind of pick your hands up and kind of just cheer in front of the mirror like that with your face and just or keep your hands up. I read it somewhere that it basically, that it creates more energy and more feeling of a winner, because what is the first thing that athletes or anyone that wins any kind of medals do is they raise their hands. It's the ultimate champions kind of thing that they do. And I heard that if you kind of do that 5 to 8 minutes in front of the mirror, you will get that same feeling or that same energy. And I actually went to the bathroom. I did this exercise, fully committed to it. And then I went and had my interview with one of the Skyscanner's representative. I have no idea if that was the crucial thing that I did that actually got me the internship. But I was willing to try anything to basically get in. And I think that kind of drive to go for a second try is not something that many people have. It seems like, at least from my experience, it seems like a lot of people, either the people don't even try once, or if they try and if they don't get what they want, they never try again. And I think that is what separates people who kind of get what they want in life and people who don't, is the ones that actually give it a go more than once. If then they fail, they try it again and again and again until finally they get that, something that they actually wanted. So I got that summer internship. I got an amazing experience. I got to have it on my CV, which I think helped me, in my all of the rest of the career and everything that I did later. I had this amazing, I was only on my second year in university and I already had 4 months of work experience at Skyscanner, a company that is pretty well known. And I think that helped me just a lot in life. Without it, I don't know what would I have achieved otherwise. And then there is freelancing. So with freelancing, it's not, I don't have a pivotal moment where I tried something and it didn't work out, and then I applied again, did that, tried again and got that thing. But in freelancing, I encountered so many obstacles along my way, and I always kind of persevered. I always figured, hey, let me try that again. Let me try it again. Let me do something different. It basically, my life taught me that if you want to get something, you have to try harder and smarter, not just do the same thing all over again, because that will probably usually end up, having the same result, but trying to improve of what you did before, and you will probably get that thing. I think the people that try many things, I think there are many books about that, many entrepreneurs, freelancers, whatever, it's always the 99% of things you fail, but you succeeded at 1% because you did 100 things. So I think it applies to my life very, very well. And these crucial moments, they brought me to the point where I am right now. So if you can think of something right now that you tried and failed and you're thinking of not doing that thing, reconsider. Try it again. Never back down, especially to the things that you really want. But that's it for me. Check out this next video here, because YouTube thinks, YouTube is very smart, so it thinks that you'll really like this one. And since you watched this one until the end, I think you'll like this one. So check it out.